Hey guys. Hey guys. Hey guys. Finish printing all this shit out. Hey guys. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Come on in. It is Monday again. Happy Monday. Happy Monday, guys. Let me know where you guys are coming in from. Happy Monday to everybody. So I'm never before you long. 15 minutes. Let's talk about money. Let's talk about your money. Come on in, guys. Come on in. Share this with at least 5 people. The last 5 people that you text, send it to them. And if you're not in the school app, make sure you guys are in the school app. We have all kind of different lessons for you guys to tap into. I have a free PDF that you guys can download and start learning, right? The things that you need to do to start putting yourself in position. I have free courses also in there. I have a way for you to get a high yield checking and a high yield savings account so that your money can start making money for you. And I have some things on investing. So now is the time, right? Now is the time, guys. So it's Monday, another Monday to be grateful. Waking up, I had a great yesterday night. I went to a back to school event, kids event. It was lit. It was amazing. It was like 200 kids there. It was crazy. They had food. They was giving out book bags. They was giving out scooters, magic show, rappers, singers, everything, candy, everything. It was lit. And I was giving out books. I was selling books. It was amazing yesterday. So now today I have another school event where I'm going to be talking to parent coordinators and teachers and the principals about my book to be able to get the book in that school. So let's talk. Today's Monday, right? Money Monday, right? So most people don't like Mondays, right? Especially if you have a job and you got to go to work and you got to be there 9 to 5. They said most people that commit suicide, they commit suicide on a Monday. Okay, they said people that commit suicide, they end up committing suicide on a Monday morning after the weekend, after, they done turned up. Now they got to go to work and it's depressing, right? Unfortunately, a lot of people don't like their job. They just go to work just to get a paycheck because they need money, right? People don't really tap into their purpose. So last week we talked about saving, right? So we basically talked about how you can start saving to build wealth, right? Start saving your money to build wealth, but not just saving money under your mattress, not just saving money in any old bank account, saving your money in a high yield checking account. Okay. So if in my school app, there's a section in the classroom that talks about how to set up a high yield checking account and savings account, right? So your money can start making you money, right? So your money can start making you money, right? So we talked about how we're using savings, how we're using emergency funds so that we can have a peace of mind when it comes to having money, right? So now this week we're going to talk about stewardship, right? A lot of people don't know how to steward their money. A lot of people don't know how to take care of their money. A lot of people don't know how to build or have a relationship, with their money. Hey guys, let me know where you guys are coming in from. So a lot of people don't know, right, where or how to even steward their money, how to take care of their money, how to have a relationship with their money. Like, it's sad, right? People just go to work, pay bills, broke, go to work, pay bills, broke, right? And the Bible has over 2,500 scriptures. Okay, the Bible has over 2,500 scriptures on building wealth, money, how we should steward our money. how we should feel about money, how we should be giving away money, how we should be a giver, towards, others when we have money. So one thing I learned is that giving is a thing, right? Giving is a wealth hack, right? So God don't want us just to make money, make money, make money, right? He also wants us to be able to help others and be able to give back. What are you actually doing with your money, right? If you're just paying bills and, that's it, you're not really helping other people. Now, some people may say, oh, I can't even, take care of myself. I can't even take care of, my kids. I'm behind on bills and, all of this stuff. But here's how it works, guys. There are people that are less fortunate than you are. Okay. There's people that are less fortunate than you are, right? You may say, oh, I'm only making $50,000 a year. There's people only making $5,000 a year, right? So when we are thinking, right, about wealth building, hey guys, let me know where you guys are coming in from. So when we are thinking about wealth building, right, we got to think about stewardship, right? We got to think, how do I continue to be a good steward with my money, right? How do I help others with my money, right? These are things we need to think about. Our parents didn't tell us this. Our schools didn't tell us this, right? Because school's not talking about money. School's not talking about wealth. School's not talking about this stuff, right? So what do we do with our money? Right? So yes, you got your bills to pay. Yes, you want to set up a savings account. You want to set up an emergency account. But there are people that also need you to give. Right? There's people that need you to give. I'm not saying every day you got to give money to people, right? No. But think about it, right? I'm sure if you're on your way to work, you're at work, somewhere, you're going on a train, wherever you live, right? You might see someone who's poor, or you might see someone who's less fortunate than you. You got a $10 in your bag. You got a $20 in your bag. You got a $50 bill. You got a $5 bill, right? You can literally simply give it to them without them even asking. Right? So this is what the Bible talks about, right? How, we have to take care of the poor, right? So God charges us, right? So especially if you're a believer and you're a Christian and you love God and you're like, oh, I want to, be more like Jesus gave, right? So in stewardship, right? It's understanding why I have this money, right? And how can I do better, right? How can I do better with my money, right? And unfortunately, too many people just go to work, get paid, pay bills, go to work, get paid, pay bills, go to work, get paid, pay bills. And they're like, I don't have nothing to show for this. I don't have anything to show for what I'm doing, right? But it's also stewardship, right? You guys can look that word up. What is stewardship? It's in the Bible, right? Look it up. Ask ChatGPT, ask Google, right? What is stewardship, right? Being able to use your money for the good for other people. Right? Being able to use your money for the good of other people. Now, some people that's poverty minded will say, well, I'm not giving nobody my money. I need somebody to give me money. And the same people that talk like that or think like that, right, are the same people who's always begging. The same people who ain't got enough. The same people who got too much month at the end of their money. The same people who ain't got nothing to show for nothing. Right? The same people who keep trying to work and 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 never have nothing. Right? So we got to get out of this selfish mindset of closed hands. Right? You got to open your hand so you can receive, so you can give. Right? Some of you guys are overdue at your job. You need to ask your job for a raise. You've been overdue. Right? You should be asking your job for a raise every 6 months. Like, I need a raise. The cost of living is going through the roof. I need a raise. I can't live on this, right? And here's the thing about how this whole inflation, thing works. If you're making $50,000, they said the average person in America makes $50,000 a year, right, on their job, right? So if you're making $50,000 a year, right, and you're not getting a raise of at least 6% to 10%, inflation is eating away at your money every year by 3 to 5%. So that means you're losing 3 to 5% of your buying power every single year. Right? So if your job is not saying, hey, we're giving you a 10% raise, we're giving you a 6% raise, you will always be losing. And then if you don't have a side hustle or a side business, or you're not working on some business, or you're not working on a business credit, you're not working on your credit to learn how to get some money, then every single year, your buying power is going to go down. Right? And then you're going to start to feel it, right? Because when you go to the store, guess what? Milk is high, bread is high, everything's high, rent is high, gas is high, everything. Right? So you start to feel it, right? That's why I always tell people, if all the money you have, you had to work hard for it, you would never achieve any freedom. You'll never achieve any freedom. That's why I talk about passive income. That's why I talk about investing, buying yourself a home, investing in stocks, investing in, business, investing in Bitcoin, because these type of things can actually get you some passive residual income. Again, friends, if every dollar that you have or you make, you had to work for it, you will never achieve freedom. And don't think in retirement, when I get my Social Security check, I'm going to be good, because Social Security is not enough. Social Security is not enough. There's people right now getting retirement jobs because they can't sustain themselves on their Social Security or even their pensions, right? So we got to start learning, guys, just these little things, right? How to start stewarding our money, right? And I've learned this just over the years of being in business, doing my own business, doing my own thing, right? Like I can have a $50,000 month, I can have a $5,000 month. I got to know how to steward my money. I got to know what to put up. I started putting up $500 a month and investing, right? $500 a month every month, right? Investing. I'm starting seeing the compound interest. Now it's growing, right? And then now I'm able to do other things, right? I do these events. So my event is coming up in December. So if you're in the New York area or what have you, you want to be a vendor or you just want to attend, I'm partnering with different organizations. And now I'm using my money to be able to now put on an event where Black-owned businesses can come together, right? Where people can come buy their stuff, come patronize them, right? Have the community come out and help people with taking coats. If you have lightly worn coats, right? We're taking clean socks and hats, right? So this is a way that I'm giving back and I'm stewarding my time and my money. Right? So we got to get into stewardship. And if you are a Christian and you believe in God, the Bible talks about stewardship. So this week we're focused on stewardship. Last week we focused on saving. So if you don't have your high yield checking and savings account, make sure you join the school app. There's in the classroom section, one of the modules talk about how to set up a high yield checking and a high yield savings account so that your money can start working, so you can have some compound interest, right? Compound interest, guys, is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it. He who doesn't is the one who pays it, right? And we got to start becoming our own financial advisors, right? Look at your bank account. Look at all your credit cards. You need to consolidate some of that stuff. Some people are paying 30% interest on a credit card, 40% interest, 20% interest. Start to consolidate some of this stuff, right? So that you can now start to really put some money away and put some money in investments, right? And this, my friends, is how we start to get ahead. Just making the little small changes, right? The little tiny small changes every day or every month. Instead of going to happy hour when most people are not happy, I'm going to put this $200 into some stocks. I'm going to put $200 into myself. I'm going to invest in myself and get me a coach or get me a mentor or get me a course, right? Or I'm going to go to an event, right? Where I can go network with other people, right? So we gotta get into it, friends. We gotta get into it, friends. And the time is now. There's 4 months left in 2025. 4 months left in 2025. 2026 is around the corner. See, time is flying. The longer you wait, the longer we're scared, the longer we're scared to move forward, the longer we're scared to do this, the longer we're scared to do that, we'll never move forward. Right? So if you're not in the school app, make sure you join my school app. And I'm going to help 100 women in 2025. Right? Get their finances in order, start budgeting, start saving, start investing, starting a business, put themselves in position to get $50,000 in their business for business funding. And business funding is the wealth hack, right? I use my business cards all the time, right? Business funding is the wealth hack, right? When you use your personal cards and you over the limit, they lower your limit and your credit score loses points. But when you're using business cards, business credit cards, they ask you, do you need more money? It's crazy. It's so crazy to me. Like, it's crazy, friends. So if you're not in the school app, guys, make sure you get into the school app. Go through the classroom. Go through the training. I got free trainings for you guys. I got Amazon affiliate trainings for you guys. I got a PDF that you guys can download so you can start following, so you can start to see, right, what you need to do to get your finance in order. They said the average person doesn't have $500 to their name. The average working person doesn't have $500 to their name. And that is insane to me. When you have a cell phone, you could be making money on your cell phone. You could be investing in stocks. You could be investing in real estate. You could be investing in yourself so that you can get yourself ahead, right? So signing off, it's Coach Tanisha. Make sure you guys are in my school app, and I will see you guys on the next live. Happy Monday.